Second. Good afternoon or good morning. Oh, Ben Sweaters, how's it going? You can hear. That's good. I can also hear. We're all hearing. That's good. G'day. G'day indeed. I have now, if you saw me yesterday from my first show, the show at this time from yesterday, right? It's not Ben Sweater. Ben Sweeter. There we go. Well, I'm not doing right. I'm not doing too bad at the moment. I've gone from San Francisco to London time zone, so I haven't slept since our last trivia show at this time yesterday. So I'm currently up for about 24 hours or so. So mentally, I don't know how sharp I am right now. I'm in like a weird mixed, like sharp. I don't know if I'm like not slept. So are the questions right and good? Hopefully, I wrote the questions before I flew through, but yeah, no 24 hours of sleep right now. I'm trying to stay awake. So I've moved 8 time zones, and they say you need a day per time zone to adjust, and I have not. And so I'm trying to stay awake all day. So I'm also going to be here in the next 5 hours doing our next show, where I'll have been awake for about 30 hours then. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting, fun day of triviaing. Hopefully, though, it shouldn't matter too much. The questions are good and written. I'm awake and alive. That's all that matters. How is everyone else's Sunday going? Hopefully going well. Don't go nuts. I know, maybe, I don't know if it's already hitting me too much. If I have, It's just stud say from 40k. Well done, Beth. You're going to have to spend them all next week when we do release our Stubbs update, which is coming. We have been like pushing lots of new versions and testing them to get them out. So we should have that, like, it should be good. Monday should be good. It should be approved by Apple. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, I reckon, released. But I say things like that, and we always run into stuff. You get Stubbs loan, maybe. You got a... oh yeah, we should allow trading Stubbs, shouldn't we? It's kind of like a black market currency. That'd be fun. I don't know how that could work in the long run, but it could do. It could be good. Payback double. Interest rates are high. Cheap borrowing is over in 2023 for everyone. I'll log in again with Discord. Wow. This does be turned into cash. Legally, no. You can't cash out Stubbs. Well, legally, no, you can't. Cost of living is rising. But you will be able to use them to get things, and what those things are will evolve over time, definitely. But the first things you do are kind of cool. It's kind of good. There's a lot of stuff to collect. We're making lots of stuff to collect in MOAR, which is fun. So we'll see how that picks up, and then adjust it as it goes forward. I need to get into Scott. How about supermarket participants? That does make sense, doesn't it? You'd like when you put a coin to get your trolley out, you could use a stub for that. That would be good. And you'd remember to take it out, and you'd take it back to the place. That's what they make you do. Make you put a coin in. I don't know if that's in the US. In the UK, they make you put a coin in, so you go back and take your trolley to the right place. Use it for your energy bills. That's true. Yeah, UK energy bills set to go up another 40%. Well, this year, which is going to moving the cap of what energy bills can be for people, because people have more money, don't they? So makes perfect sense. Right. Anyway, energy bills aside, let's get cracking with some trivia. So if you don't know, my name is Tim, and I am one of the people from MOAR. And of course, this is our daily trivia show. If it's your first show, welcome. We'll go over the rules quickly. It's very easy. There's going to be 5 questions, and we finish about 10 minutes, so about 5 minutes time. The quicker you answer, the more points you get. The more points you get, the more chance you're going to get prizes. And what are those prizes, you're asking me? Well, here they are. First prize, £10, 1,000 stubs. Second prize, £5 and 750 stubs. And third prize, £2.50. I can barely talk. Fourth, fifth, and sixth also get £1 and 100 stubs. How exciting. And stubs is our in-app currency you'll be able to spend. The graphic is here. Hello, OKC Foods. Can do what you're doing after all those hours of sleep. No, I have no sleep. An HD graphic, it is. Right. 24 hours, no sleep. Question 1. This afternoon, it's going to be 30 hours and no sleep. So that's going to be more fun. I don't know where my brain's going to go now. But yeah, let's see. I edited these questions very tired, but I think they're good. I think they're good still. Right. Start off, something easy, hopefully easy. A classic one from a cult around the graphic. We'll release it on Twitter and everywhere. Everyone can copy and paste it. Question 1. In Star Wars, the Death Star is first described by Luke as a small what? A beach ball, an asteroid, or a moon? Now, classic Star Wars scene from A New Hope. And when he looks at it, his exact words are, "It's heading for that small moon," which is a moon, obviously. A small moon, not an asteroid, which 18 of you say. 3 went for beach ball. Beach ball would have been a cool line, but maybe it's the kind of dialogue I think you'd expect from George Lucas, but not as much. But it's no moon. It is a space station. Correct, Uncle Ron. Well done. I like the Star Warsness there. Beth misclicked. Unfortunate. Don't watch Star Trek. Well, that's we won't get into that. Right. I know everyone loves questions where the answer is a completely random number, but I feel like this one is like a good one, right? So I've just flown from San Francisco to London. But which of these is the closest distance between San Francisco and London? Which of these is the closest to it? Is it 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles, or 15,000 miles? Now, this requires a bit of geography knowledge. How many miles is the world? That's what you have to think about. Well, the world's circumference is actually 24,901 miles. But, right, it's actually, and like you think of like San Francisco and like London, you think that's super far. Well, actually, the answer I gave is only 5,000 miles away, which 16 of you went for, 28 went for 10,000 miles, 7 went for 15,000 miles. That was a tough question. That was a brutal second question, maybe in hindsight. My tired brain is screwing everyone over. But yeah, 5,000 miles. That means like we barely went around the world. The world is so much bigger than the Atlantic Ocean there. And I guess it does make sense because Pacific Ocean's big or whatever. But yeah, it shocked me as well. I did not think that. Well done to everyone getting that right. Let's look at the leaderboards. 2 questions in. Brutal questions already. Star Wars and distances. Aeronautics, 19,800, followed by Sophocles, Gary, Year of the Tiger, Clive a Legend, and Anime Dan. Phil Ed in 7th. How many people we got? We've got 59 people. 59 people. That's right. If we can get more, we can do more. We'll do more prizes. Right. Well done, Aeronautics and Sophocles. That's good. A lot of people getting those first 2 right. The questions are hard, so you're getting them right. I'm famously an American who likes Star Wars. That's good. That's good. You know the distance from American places and Star Wars. It isn't a bad combo. On the flight, I watched the first 3 episodes of Last of Us TV series. I thought it was quite good. It is quite good. It's quite interesting. I played the games. I quite like the changes they did to it. Anyway, moving on from my travels. Question 3. I didn't fly. I flew a lot over the sea, and like flying over the sea, it's kind of terrifying. Like when you're going over the Atlantic, if something goes wrong, it's kind of crazy. But if my plane, I'm always thinking is like if my plane would crash and burn at that point, which of these human parts float in water? Is it muscle, fat, or bones? Which of these float? Now, 2 of these are in fact too dense to float, so they will sink, but one of them will float. Can you guess what it is, the floating one? If you like to eat a lot of food, then you may float more, because the correct answer is in fact fat, which will float. 30 getting that right, 6 going for muscle, 13 going for bones. In fact, muscle and bones are too dense to float in water, whereas fat will. So if you gain more weight, you're more likely to be buoyant. So if you want to like just lie back, relax in the sea, that's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to do. You've got to gain that weight, make those gains. You got it right. Well done, Beth. Finally got it right. I have nothing to prove. We want to float. Still in for that hole in one. I was fat before. We're all fat. being in San Francisco, right? America, you put so much cheese on everything. I just ate so much cheese. Scrambled eggs and cheese. It's like, that's too much. You don't need cheese on scrambled eggs, but there was a lot of cheese. My flatmate who I live with actually hates cheese. So when we order pizza, he cannot order cheese. And we have to order cheeseless pizza. And when we order like apps and things, if they don't have an option for like not cheese on stuff, then we can't order it because you can't like call them up and things. So if you own a restaurant or serve out food, there you go. Better Ups can float, good. Omniwin's knows fat, that's good. You mix up ducks and humans. I did Google animals that could float, and ducks are up there, but then it seemed a bit subjective, so I didn't include that one. Right. Keeping on the wildlife of the sea, or water wildlife, and a question that I don't know if anyone would know, but I found it quite outrageous. Which country exports the most tuna globally? Is it Spain, South Korea, or Indonesia? Now, all three of these countries are very high in the tuna exporting rankings. But who would know this? I don't know who would know this, but I thought it was kind of interesting. The correct answer is, in fact, Indonesia are the largest export. 29, you're going for that. Well done. 11 for Spain, 8 for South Korea. So Indonesia actually has exclusive access to waters that go between the Indian Ocean and the West Central Pacific Ocean, which a lot of tuna go through, which means they have the most access to tuna, and they export the most out of any country in the world. It's kind of crazy if you wonder where your tuna comes from. It probably is Indonesia. Don't go on the Indonesian website to see how they fish them, though, because it's kind of brutal. It's a lot of like hand fishing still, and they use like these hooks to like pull them out. It's kind of brutal. I don't know. I kind of regret Googling and reading up about it. But if you like tuna, there you go. Indonesia as a person. Cheery questions there. I know. Body parts and tuna. Last one's sort of more fun. Maybe fun is the wrong word. I don't know. Let's look at the leaderboards. We're going to the last question, though. Who's going to take it? Will it change? Is Aeronautics still on top? He is not. Sophocles in first. Gary second. You're the Tiger third. Aeronautics fourth. Love has crept up to fifth. And Anime Dan in sixth. SJP literally micro millimeters behind number 6. Almost in for some money. Right. Last question. I'm going over time as well. My tired brain is working through. If you know the tuna one, you might get this one. A funner question 5. The leveling's off, but hey, it's a tough quiz. Question 1. Which video game character was in a real life standoff with the LAPD? Is it Franklin from GTA 5, Kratos from God of War, or Ghost from Call of Duty? Now, I know what you're thinking. This is impossible, but it is, in fact, not impossible. The correct answer is Ghost from Call of Duty. 18 you getting that right. 14 over Franklin, 15 over Kratos. I'm guessing the even split is because no one would reasonably know that. Well, in fact, Activision in their offices who make Call of Duty did have a panic button installed in their office, and one of their engineers thought it would be fun to press the button as they left for the day. So they pressed the panic button, everyone left, and the police came in to the building to find this Ghost stood there with his gun out, which they didn't realize was real or not. And here's a wonderful CCTV screenshot of the police holding out against Ghost, thinking he was potentially a terrorist capturing people out. Ghost, everyone's favorite British Call of Duty star as well, I should say. Right, that's it. That's our 5 questions. Interesting ones today, a bit morbid, but hey, it's Sunday. Sunday's all about the morbid questions. Let's look at the leaderboards. Who has come on top? That last question was definitely a split 3-way question. Gary's taking the lead. Gary in first. Sophocles was the second. Dr. Steve Brule, SIP 103, Dav 31, and Year of the Tiger in 6th. Well done to everyone. I am from Jersey, painfully missing out. It did require a bit of Call of Duty knowledge at the end, which is you know, I don't know. The question has always got to be hard, and you know, if you know where your tuna comes from, and know where your tuna comes from, all those other things, it's good. Love GTA. I know GTA 5 is good. It's good. It's a good game. It's fun. Franklin was probably my favorite character from that one. I do like 4 as well, though. Right. Well, that is all the questions. I've sent out a winners pop-ups. Well done to everyone who got it through. We've also, so if you are still up for some more pain and suffering of questions, I will be back in 5 hours. I think it's because I'm English and I've spent a plane journey watching The Last of Us. Why they're so dreary, but interesting, right? I'll be back in 5 hours with even less sleep and 5 more questions that you can potentially win. So if you want to see that, join us, be there, win some prizes, and thank you for this afternoon. I'm gonna try and not sleep, so I'm trying to not be jet lagged. I could take a bit of a nap, but I don't know. I might just eat some chocolate and lie down and practice floating. Thank you guys. Enjoy your afternoon, and I will be back in 5 hours-ish. 5 hours. Be back here ready to play. This sounds like a very bad idea. Maybe. Goodbye. Enjoy your afternoon. I'll be back.